Hi to the most wonderful ever second graders. I miss you guys so much, and this week just wasn't the same without you. And I was thinking of you, and I know that in writing we've been working on adding tension in our story by making our problem escalate and not get solved right away. So I have a story that I want to share with you, and it's called Super Sid, the Silly Sausage Dog. I know you know I love dachshunds. I'm wearing a dachshund shirt actually. This is my dachshund George, and this is my other one. This is Douglas. Say hi, Doug. So today I want you to be thinking about how in your writing, if you've been working on your narrative, I want you to think about how your problem can escalate and get worse and worse. Super Sid, the Silly Sausage Dog. This is by Sam Lloyd. Sid was a sausage dog who lived in the shelter on the edge of town. He lived there because he didn't have a nice, kind owner to love and care for him like other dogs. Sid wanted a nice, kind owner more than anything, so he decided to find one for himself. We know the author's not going to have him find one right away because it wouldn't be a story. Let's see how the problem gets worse. First, Sid took a giant leap over the shelter wall to show what a good jumper he was. But ellipses. We've talked about those. They tell us something more exciting is going to happen next. He landed on top of Madame Myrtle's very fancy afternoon party. Silly Sid, screeched the ladies. Back to the shelter. Back to the shelter at once. Then Sid tried to show everyone what a good digger he was, but he dug up all Gardener Pete's prize vegetables. Silly Sid, growled Pete. Now I'll never win the best vegetable competition. Back to the shelter with you. I'm wondering if he's going to get a home. He keeps trying to find a home, and he's not finding one. I know, thought Sid. I'll show everyone what a good singer I am. That will cheer them up. He howled and howled as loud as his doggy lungs would let him. Ow! But he woke up the whole street. Silly Sid, they cried, throwing water at him. Go away. Poor Sid. He was sad, wet and lonely. He crept back to the shelter. Nobody wants me, he thought. I'll never find a perfect home. The next morning, Sid was woken by a very strange smell. He put his nose into the air, and without thinking, he followed the smell. I'm wondering what this could be. Look at how the author has the words follow in that path. Out the window, across the yard, over the wall, under the fence, through the garden, around the bird table, until at last he came to a fire. Little Billy's dinner was on fire. It's okay, you guys. Grandma had forgotten all about it. Ow! She jumped up and down and sang as he woofed and howled as loud as his doggy lungs would let him, until the firemen came. And with a rush and a gush and a great big splash, he put the fire out. Clever, Sid, said Grandma. Brave, Sid, said the fireman. Super, Sid, said the crowd. My Sid, said Little Billy. And he found a home. My dogs might lose their home. So, Sid had found not one, but two of the nicest, kindest owners ever. Thanks for coming to my home today and hearing me share.